here's what people seem to not understand. The world that will exist in a post-electoral college America are 5 billionaires and a bunch of multimillionaires running for president, trying to be as extreme as necessary without alienating enough people so that they can get a small sliver of the tranche of voters necessary to get elected president of the United States.
That's where one candidate who can significantly outspend the other candidates could really make a difference in being able to win an election, particularly because these days, a very large percentage of the American people live in a very small number of media markets. And that is where having a lot of money, being able to buy media in the big, dense urban cities could really make the difference in changing the results of a presidential election.
I don't think that big money ought to be able to buy our elections. And that's true whether we're talking about billionaires or corporate executives that fund PACs or big lobbyists.
Tonight, we say to Michael Bloomberg and other billionaires, sorry, you ain't gonna buy this election.
And what the Electoral College does is the last fortress, if you will, to hold back individuals that think that they can come in and buy our republic, buy our vote.
So the billionaires of the world certainly have the resources individually to run that can make it much easier for a candidate to create the staff and the advertising revenue that would allow them to have greater success on a national popular vote scale than they do on the national scale we have now, where you have to appeal to different state constituencies.
Michael Bloomberg says he is ready to run, but he plans to skip the first 4 2020 Democratic contests. That's a risky strategy.
If you really analyze somebody like Mike Bloomberg, who's a billionaire, man, it's $55 billion. He can spend $5 billion and not blink. But he can't buy the election because he has to be able to win the primary, because that's the only way he's going to have a viable chance. And the reason that's the only way he's going to have a viable chance is because, wait for it, the Electoral College. Right? So when you have a scenario where you have removed the Electoral College, now he no longer has to even engage in the primary process. He can simply go directly to the general election and talk about, how do I get the most amount of votes that get me to the place where I need to be? It's not about a majority. It's about finding a way to game the system in a way that allows his voice and his money to speak the loudest.
He spent over $500 million. That was just on TV and radio ads alone. You add in the digital ads, you add in the staff, the offices, the $1 million couches. The total is likely well over $600 million, making it far and away the most expensive self-financed campaign ever in U.S. politics. He spent more than twice the combined totals of Trump, Sanders, Buttigieg, Warren, and Biden. His spending worked out to $7 million a day since he announced that run in November, or just under $300,000 per hour.
If your concern is money in politics, then getting rid of the Electoral College doesn't diminish the impact of money in politics. It amplifies it in ways you cannot even begin to comprehend.
success. It's not a purpose.